Using gestures when giving a public speech is a very important part of your presentation. If you fail to use gestures properly and you do awkward gestures throughout your presentation, you're probably going to distract your audience and you're not going to get the impact that you want when you're presenting. So what are the 4 gestures that we use and how can we use them and use them effectively during our presentation? Hi, I'm Ryan McLean and I'm from publicspeakingpower.com, where we teach people like yourself how to become powerful public speakers. So I'm going to walk you through the 4 gestures that you can use in your presentations and so you can become a more powerful and effective public speaker. Gesture number 1 are descriptive gestures. So these are gestures that we're using to describe something or a situation. We might draw comparisons between something that's really big and something that's really small. We might use it to contrast certain items or to depict the size. A great example that I'm taking from a Toastmasters video is if you're using a metaphor and saying something is like a tiny little bird and you're holding out cupped hands, extending the metaphor of the bird and also implying size being small. You can also use descriptive gestures to show shape. Say it was a box about this big, just looked like this, and so you're showing the square shape of the box using your gestures. You can also talk about movement, so moving from here to there, or picking up a box. You can talk about location. The table was over here and there was magazines on the table. And you can even talk about numbers, like I said, 4 different gestures that we're going to use. So descriptive gestures are very helpful because when we're speaking, all we have is our words. All we have is what comes out of our mouth. And by using descriptive gestures, we can actually improve the impact and improve the comprehension of our audience so that our message gets across more effectively. Number 2 is emphatic gestures. That's a confusing word, so let me explain it. Emphatic gestures are like emotional gestures. So if we're sad, we could slump down and talk about being sad. Or if we're angry, we could put our fists together and make an angry face. So we can use these gestures to symbolize the feelings that we have. And that also, emphatic gestures help us seem more genuine. So we're talking about, I'm so angry when this happened, and we're using these angry gestures, it actually gives more oomph to our presentation and makes us seem more genuine. Yes, we were angry. I can see it in his body language. He was angry. But if you're saying, yeah, I was really angry, and your body language is just slumped and you kind of look depressed, well, maybe they're not going to believe that you are actually angry. So it actually makes your presentation look more genuine. Number 3 are suggestive gestures. So these are things like mood and expression. For example, you could say, I welcome you in with open arms. And so you got your open palms up. That symbolizes that you're open. You know, you could say, oh, there was this guy in the audience who just wouldn't listen to anything I was saying. He was just like, no. And so you're crossing your arms and you're suggesting that even though he may not have been crossing his arms, that he was closed off. That was the vibe that he was giving off, the emotion that he was giving off. You could do lots of other things like shrugging your shoulders, meh, who cares? Or you could also, even show your back when they're like, I just didn't even care about what I was talking about. And the last one, number 4, is prompting gestures. So these are when we want to prompt the audience to do something. So we might say, Tony Robbins does this really well. We might say, raise your hand if you want to earn $1 million this year. And so I'm raising my hand as I'm telling people to raise their hand. And so then they're more likely to do it. Or you could say, let's get warmed up, everyone. Let's jump up and down on the spot. And so as you can see in the video, I'm jumping. And so it encourages the audience or prompts them to do something that you want them to do. So there you have the 4 gestures that we can use when giving a presentation. And there's some ideas on how you can use them. When it comes down to using them effectively, I'm going to create an entirely other video and podcast about that. I've got 5 tips on how you can use them more effectively, but really it comes down to preparation and practice and being natural in your gestures. Don't try and force it if it feels forced and you don't feel natural, then don't do it. If it's flowing like it does in conversation, everyday conversation with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues, then that's a good sign that they're going to be hand gestures that will work. And also you want to avoid those hand gestures that just really take away from your presentation and don't support what you're presenting. So I guess the rule is, if the gestures are supporting what you're saying, then they're probably going to be great. If they're taking away from what you're saying, like scratching your face, adjusting your clothes, playing with your ring finger, then they're probably going to take away from your presentation and you don't want to use them. For more videos, audios, and articles just like this one, you can get them on the blog. Head over to publicspeakingpower.com, and I will see you in the next episode where we talk about the 5 tips for better public speaking gestures.